Hello, my dear students. Today we will start with the new chapter. It is a poem, and the title is The Banyan Tree. It is written by Sri Rabindranath Tagore. Let us watch a video on this poem.
Oh, you shaggy-headed banyan tree standing on the bank of the pond, have you forgotten the little child, like the birds that have nested in your branches and left you? Do you not remember how he sat at the window and wondered at the tangle of your roots that plunged underground? The women would come to fill their jars in the pond, and your huge black shadow would wriggle on the water like sleep struggling to wake up. Sunlight danced on the ripples like restless tiny shuttles, weaving golden tapestry. Two ducks swam by the weedy margin above their shadows, and the child would sit still and think. He longed to be the wind and blow through your rustling branches, to be your shadow and lengthen with the day on the water, to be a bird and perch on your topmost twig, and to float like those ducks among the weeds and shadows. Oh, you
Let us see a little summary on this poem. Oh, you shaggy-headed banyan tree, standing on the bank of the pond, have you forgotten the child, like the birds that have nested in your branches and left you? So here the speaker is asking a question to the banyan tree, that have you forgotten that there was a time when birds used to sit on your branches, about the child who used to come to you. So shaggy-headed means long, thick and untidy headed, with the leaves. The banyan tree you have seen, it is very shaggy at the topmost part, with the leaves, with the branches. Okay, so banyan tree standing on the bank of the pond. Have you forgotten the little child? So the speaker is asking the tree if he remembers a child that used to rest on his branches, and the birds that have nested in your branches, but now they have left. Do you not remember how he sat at the window and wondered at the tangle of your roots that plunged underground? So he is again asking that you don't remember that the child used to sit on his window, and from his window he watched to your tangled roots that is plunged underground, that is falling down and it is plunged underground. Again he is asking one more question, that the women would come to fill their jars in the pond, and your huge black shadow would wriggle on the water like slip struggling to wake up. So he then asks if the tree remembers the women coming near to fill up their water jugs. And when they used to come to fill their water jugs, taking out of water, the stillness of the water gets disturbed. So before that the water was still in the pond, but then when they dug her water jugs in the pond to take out the water, the stillness of the water gets disturbed. Okay, and the kinds and it seems like that they slip struggling to wake up. So huge black shadow would wriggle. So the black shadow of the tree falling on that water, it starts wriggling. The shadow of the tree would twist and turn rapidly. So the stillness of the water gets disturbed, and with that the shadow falling on the water, it also gets disturbed. It starts twist and turn rapidly, and it seems like the slip struggling to wake up. So Sunlight danced on the ripples like restless tiny shuttles weaving golden tapestry. So ripples here means a very small kind of wave. So sunlight is dancing on the water like the restless tiny shuttles weaving golden tapestry, and it seems like the pattern which is made by weaving. So when the sunlight is dancing on the ripples, it seems like it is making a pattern of weaving. Two ducks swam by the wide margin above their shadow, and the child would sit still and think. So till now, the poet is talking about the scenic beauty of the nature, about the nature, that banyan tree on the bank of the pond where the child used to come and play. Birds used to sit on the branches. Women used to come to fill the waters, and while filling the water would wriggle, the shadow would wriggle, and the water seems like the slip struggling to wake up. The animals used to play there, the child used to play there, like the ducks used to swim by the wide margin above their shadow, the shadow which is falling on the pond. And there the child would sit still and think. Now the child wanted to play. Now the child wanted to play on the branches of the trees and be the part of the nature and wildlife of the area. He longed to be the wind and blow through your rustling branches, to be your shadow and lengthen with the day on the water, to be a bird and perch on your topmost twig, and to float like those ducks among the weeds and shadow. So the banyan tree is now a symbol of memories of the child that once played on it. Because all the questions are asked in the past tense, that do you not remember, means the child is all now grown up now, and the speaker is asking that do you not remember there was a time when you was full of life, that the child used to come near to you, birds used to come near to you, animals used to roam around, women come to fill their water jugs. So the banyan tree is now the symbol of memories of the child that once he played on it. The speaker is asking question that have you forgotten? Do you not remember? So it is now the symbol of memories because those things happened earlier. Now the child is all grown up, or the birds are now not making the nest there. So the banyan tree is now the symbol of memories of the child that once played on it. It is a kind of safe haven to the creatures of natures. Now they have left, the children, the women, the birds, they have left, leaving the tree in a state of complete solitude, leaving the tree alone. The speaker is asking the tree if he remembers that he was once full of life and love. So the speaker is asking that do you not remember you was once full of life and love. Now you are all alone in a complete solitude. So here I can say that it is not like that there was only one banyan tree in our country or in the world. There are many banyan trees on the banks of the ponds. But now, as I can say, there is no more window, and from that window a child is looking at the banyan tree. Now that time has gone because all the children are busy with their phones, with the computer games, with the TV remotes, in the technology they are all in. So they have forgotten that they have to go in nature to play there. Now playing means that playing on the screen but not in the nature. So they have forgotten all such things. So now also many banyan trees are there on the banks of the river or ponds, but now there are no more child sitting there thinking about their life or wanted to play there. So now the trees are all left alone. So the poet wanted to bring some conscience in the mind of child that we should enjoy nature also. Now the tree is left behind. Think about this in a very deep manner. There are some hard words. Shaggy. Shaggy means long, thick, and untidy. Tangle. A twisted mass of roots that cannot be easily separated, as you have seen in the banyan tree. Plunged. Plunged means to drop, to jump, to fall suddenly with force. So the roots of the banyan tree, that is plunged underground. Ripples. A very small wave formed in water. Widdy. Widdy means full of wild grasses. Longed. He longed to be the wind. Long means wait. Rustling. To make a sound like dry papers or leaves. Rustle sound. Twig. A small thin branch. Tapestry. A picture or a pattern that is made by weaving. Wriggle. The shadow of the tree would twist and turn. Shuttles. A pointed tool used for making clothes. So that's all for this chapter. Thank you.